is the brand new 2017 Rogue Sport. Now stay with me here because it's going to get a little confusing. This is built on Nissan's world platform, which means that in Europe, since 2006, it's been known as the Qashqai. Here it's known as the Rogue Sport because it looks just like the Rogue. The Rogue in Europe is the X-Trail. In Canada, the Rogue Sport is still the Qashqai. See, it's a little confusing. But Nissan flew me down here to beautiful Franklin, Tennessee to test drive this. So let's take it for a ride right now. Under the hood of the Rogue Sport is the same engine that's under the hood of the Rogue Hybrid. Yep, that's right, it's a 2-liter. Puts out 141 horsepower and 147 pound-foot of torque. And since this is a Nissan, it of course powers, in this case, all four wheels via a CVT transmission. It's basically a front-wheel bias drive system. So if the front wheels start to slip, the all-wheel drive system sends power to all four wheels. Now you can get all-wheel drive in all three trim levels. It's a $400 or so option. All right, Robin, we're here standing in front of your baby, right? This is the new Rogue Sport, and I love the color. Monarch orange, you said.
Monarch orange, like the butterfly.
Yeah, it's kind of a burnt orange. It's really hot right now. This, of course, is the Qashqai in Europe.
That is correct. Globally known as the Qashqai, but we can't really say Qashqai in American English, so we went with Rogue Sport.
How is this different from the Rogue?
Well, overall, it's on the same platform. It's our Common Module Family Platform, CMF. However, it's about 12 inches shorter in length and 5.5 inches shorter in height in the rear, so overall the proportions are a little bit smaller.
It's kind of a funky segment, right? Because it's kind of in that empty space that's kind of above the Juke, but below the Rogue.
It's really unique. It's like I don't want to say white space like the manufacturers found it. I think the consumers were asking for something in this size. And we see our main competitive set as the Honda HR-V, maybe Toyota CHR, Mazda CX-3, 5, a Hyundai Tucson. So there's the smaller than Rogue, but maybe a little bit larger than like the Kia Soul.
What kind of buyers are looking for this size car?
So what we found is that as people start to trend away from the compact sedan and the compact hatch, they're asking for, this size, and those people are a little bit younger.
I don't think consumers are like going to the dealership and saying, I want a subcompact crossover, right?
No.
They look at the Rogue and they say, honey, that's too big for our garage. But they see this and like, hey, that'll fit. The Rogue Sport will be at your Nissan dealership May 11th. So now that we've gotten all the boring stuff out of the way, let's see how it drives. I just gave it the beans. Yes, it's a little on the acceleration challenge side with the CVT and with the less horsepower that this 2.0 liter puts out. It's not the fastest car in the world, but on the plus side, it's also very competent in the way that it feels. In other words, the brakes are solid, the car goes where you pointed, everything feels screwed together really well, and I wish I lived in Canada so that I could get a stick shift transmission, because I think with a stick shift it would really wake this car up. You could kind of feel like you're one with it. But let's face it, the majority of the people who are buying this aren't buying it as a canyon carver. They're not buying it to go out and hoon. They're buying it because they're going to need a capable, reliable, versatile, small crossover / SUV that they can occasionally take off-road, and that will do well in the snow and in adverse conditions. And this Rogue Sport is just a ticket. Now I heard the Canadians get the stick shift.
The Canadians do get a manual. Their segment's just a little bit more accepting of a manual transmission.
So the demand's there.
The demand is there.
But here you're saying people wouldn't buy a manual.
We are saying that. And
do you think most of your customers will go with the front wheel drive or the all-wheel drive? What do you think is the take rate?
So we see our segment actually trending towards all-wheel drive, about 55-45.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. I guess people want the security of having
This is a big car. We're expecting this car to be really big in the Northeast, where they have a lot of weather, snow and whatnot. So.
And how does the all-wheel drive system work? Is it mainly front-wheel drive and then sends torque to the back wheels?
That is correct. It's a on-demand system, so it's front-wheel drive primary, and then as necessary, it'll start to send power to all four wheels as it starts to see slippage. There is an all-wheel drive lock button that you can put, direct power to all four wheels at the same time, but it's only under 25 miles an hour. Otherwise, it'll turn off.
It's solid. The seats are comfortable. Everything I touch, everything I see looks right for this segment, if not above the segment. Of course, I am in the car that is the premium level, so at almost $32,000, this is the top-end car. Nissan did not provide us with the base level, so I'm wondering just how supportive and just how comfortable that car is. But the driving position it's good. I'm 6'2", and I do feel a little bit squished. As you can see, my head is almost hitting the ceiling. But in general, it's kind of that Goldilocks kind of size. And what I mean by that is it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right, especially for, as Nissan says, millennials who are going to buy this to drive in the city or who are going to buy it as their first family car. If you love the Rogue, you're going to love the Rogue Sport on the inside because they're identical. The biggest difference is that there's, of course, less space in here because it's a foot shorter. But the layout, the controls, the safety features, everything but the third row, which is available in the Rogue, is identical in the Rogue Sport. What immediately strikes me is that this is a Rogue Mini-Me, both on the outside and on the inside. This is very much what a Rogue is. Was that on purpose?
Yes, actually what you're seeing in front of you is Rogue. From the finishers to the steering wheel to the sports shift, it's all Rogue carryover.
And tell me about the models. So this is obviously the top end.
Yeah, this is an SL with Platinum package. We also have S, our base trim. You know, we don't have auto HVAC on that one, but you still have Sirius XM radio, that's standard. And then we have SV, comes with a little bit more of the bells and whistles on this, you know, comfort and convenience, remote engine start, ICC. And then SL is where you start to add leather. Mm-hmm. And then Platinum is where we have all of the it's all included.
Yeah, I saw you have a lot of the tech too. You have lane departure warning, you have automatic braking, I take it, is that right?
Yeah, forward emergency braking with pedestrian detection is in our SL Platinum. In case you're wondering where this Nissan Sport is made, it's made in Japan. The Rogue is actually made in 3 different countries because it's so popular for America. And I'll have Robin tell you where that is. Where is this built? This is built in our Nissan Kyushu plant in Japan.
All right. And where is Rogue built?
Rogue is actually produced in three countries for the United States. We have our main facility, which is right here outside of Nashville, Tennessee, in Smyrna. Yep. And that is where we build all the different variations. We actually, at the same line that the Rogue Sport is built, we also build Rogue in Kyushu, and also all the variants except for hybrid. And then we have Busan, South Korea, our Renault-Samsung joint venture, and they also build Rogue there. So 3 plants for Rogue, 1 plant for Rogue Sport. Okay, let's sit in the back. Let's see how much room there is, because this is where you lose the foot, right? That's where you lose the foot. Yeah, you lose about 4 inches between Rogue and Rogue Sport for leg room. I'm 5'2". Yeah. So I have no problems. Yeah, you know, I could see myself actually, you know, going to lunch back here, feeling very comfortable. I'm not sure I'd want to go across the country, right, in a Rogue Sport, but certainly, you know, if I had some colleagues who had this and we were going to lunch, that'd be fine. Yeah, I could see. And then you've got a little bit of a scallop here. So for the moonroof, for the moonroof. How come there's no full-size panoramic? Those are kind of popular right now. That's true, and it is available on Rogue. Actually, we have a full glass panel on our European model. However, for the United States, we still need to do some differentiation between Rogue and Rogue Sport. Yeah. So we've opted to just have the regular moonroof. Now you would think that a car that weighs less, has a smaller engine, and has the same aerodynamic coefficient of drag would get better fuel economy than its bigger brother. Well, it doesn't. Why is that? Well, I asked Robin about that. Well, it's only 300 pounds lighter, and you're losing a ½ liter of the engine. So that combination, it just wasn't enough to overcome. So that's why you're getting 1 mpg less. 1 mpg less. Still the same aerodynamics between the 2 models, 0.33. So it's give and take, right? Okay. So we decided to optimize it with the engine to maximize the fuel economy, but we have accelerate. It's been tuned for acceleration and on-road performance like that, and not necessarily the FE. And if you want the fuel-efficient one, you go for the Rogue Hybrid. Rogue Hybrid will definitely support that. The CVT is like driving a car with a pillow between you and the accelerator pedal. So there's always this time lag of when you push the accelerator to when the car actually starts to accelerate. Now, Nissan has not doubled down, but they've indeed tripled down on CVTs. They love them, and the Germans don't, and there's a reason for that.
and that is because they can be a little bit drony. However, on the upside, they are very fuel efficient. But now, with the new 9 and 10-speed transmissions, a lot of the manufacturers have decided that they can get the same kind of fuel economy that you would get in a CVT, but yet get those kind of crisp, quick shifts that you get in a traditional transmission. This is kind of a tweener car. It's not quite as small as a Juke, and it's not quite as big as the regular Rogue. The closest competitor that I can see to this is the new Jeep Compass. It's a base number, if I'm right. You're probably missing about 10 cubic feet less, right? When you
it's right around 9.
Yeah, so when you go from one to the other. But you do have this kind of innovative storage system. Kind of walk me through that.
Sure, this is our class exclusive divide and hide. It is common between the Rogue and Rogue Sport. The only difference is that this frontward board doesn't go to an upper level, but we still have both boards that are available.
And do you think this is actually capable of going off-road? People ask us that all the time because we're in Colorado.
Yes, so this is got the same all-wheel drive system that we have in Rogue.
Yeah.
I mean, its ground clearance is a little bit shorter.
Which is,
so,
do you know how much?
Not off the top of my head, I'm sorry. It's but it's still very capable of
so it's
taking
less than
you.
Rogue, though.
It's less than Rogue.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it far off-road just because it is
Dirt road?
Dirt road, absolutely.
To the cabin?
To the cabin,
Yeah, ski cabin.
snowy
Yeah.
conditions, definitely be able to get out of its own way.
Okay. All right, well, thank you very much. I think that was a great walk around. I really
Great.
appreciate it.
Thanks, Herman.
Thanks. Thank you. So I'm going to slow down a little bit here, and when the traffic ahead of me gets far enough ahead, I'm going to floor it. I'm at 30 miles an hour. Here it is. And let's hit the brakes hard. Oh, brakes are good. Steering is, it's typical in that it's electric and it's modern, and the car goes where you point it, but there's not a lot of feedback coming through the steering wheel. But you know what? I think all of that doesn't matter to the people who are buying this. What they're looking for is a car, I think, that is going to meet their needs. And driving dynamics is not one of the things that they're going to be looking for in this segment, at least not with this car. And so it's one of those cars, like I said, that's a Goldilocks car. Not too small, not too big, just right, fuel efficient, just right in terms of where it's priced in the segment, just right in terms of size, in terms of amenities, in terms of a lot of things. And that, at the end of the day, sells a lot of cars. I think that Nissan will sell every single Rogue Sport they can make. Why? Because it's fuel efficient, it's screwed together well, and at a base level, it starts at $2,400 less than the regular Rogue. And the regular Rogue is now Nissan's best-selling vehicle in the United States. It's really a formula for success. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, first drive Nissan Rogue, or is it Qashqai reviews. By the way, you can click here to watch our review of the Nissan Rogue. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Ciao.